Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. To get ourselves a treat.
Yeah. All right.
In a perfect world.
In a perfect world. We're here, guys.
Hello.
Welcome. It's a tired day. We're tired, aren't we?
Yeah, we're tired.
It's a tired day.
Up, dude.
I was supposed to go to this Greek parade today, but then it started raining, so it doesn't look like that's happening. Because today's Greek Independence Day, so...
Yeah.
And,
I knew that. Man.
Yeah, dude. Well, I just told you before.
Yes, that's why I knew that.
Yeah, so... Okay, so because I was supposed to go to that parade, I intentionally did not add news or a lot of things because I was like, we need to speed this up so I can go to that, but now I don't have to go to that, so now we don't have a lot to talk about. So we're just gonna jump in, and we're just gonna
see what happens, I guess.
Last week's episode was pretty good.
Yeah,
so
we're not gonna top it.
Let's just be real. What I mean. It's like, you know, it's an ebb and flow with the podcast.
Yeah. It just really depends.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego. I do the cha-cha like a sissy girl.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
News might just be something I love.
Back to you, fuckers!
Let's talk about something really cool, though.
Yeah?
Jump in. Let's jump in.
Oh, yeah.
Let's jump in ass first.
Okay.
Boom. Disney Plus, the streaming service, was debuted at, I don't know what. I forgot. Maybe it was CinemaCon. Maybe it was freaking Star Wars Celebration. Maybe. I don't know. But it looks pretty enticing.
Yeah.
It really does. I'm going to be real with you. There's a lot of original shows like The Mandalorian.
Yep. From
the Star Wars universe. And there's also a bunch of original Marvel shows.
Beep, beep, beep.
Sorry. Original Marvel shows like Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay.
There's going to be a Vision and Scarlet Witch show, and get the title, peep the title.
Yep.
It's
here we go.
WandaVision.
You gotta love it.
Gotta love it. It reminds me of like VistaVision.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, like CinemaScope, like those old.
That's
like,
what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, WandaVision. Like,
why though?
See this movie in WandaVision.
It's not gonna.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a bit weird.
Whatever, man.
Hey, man, but hey, I'm looking forward to it. This is like, and Hawkeye is also getting his own show.
Yep.
So with Jeremy Renner, so like we got like big name stars starring in these streaming service only miniseries. That's insane.
Maybe the scope of the streaming service will feel different now that it's Disney.
That's true, and Loki's also getting his own show. Because here's the thing, like I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I really do, but it does feel small scale.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the Netflix shows, they say they're connected, but they're like...
No, they're not.
They're really not that connected at all. They might mention them in a one-off line, but...
And it's not even like they say it out. They just call him like the Green Monster.
Yeah, the big green guy. Sometimes they do say like Captain America, like Jessica Jones season 2. The kid had like a Captain America toy and stuff, but I don't know. Point is, you can tell that it's pretty separated.
Yeah.
This is like these series are like straight up part of the MCU, like 100%. No denying.
Yes, which means that we have to get it.
I know, right?
That's my have thing. A choice.
That's my thing, dude. Or so God, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to those shows, especially the Hawkeye show. I think out of all the Marvel shows, the Hawkeye show would probably be my.
I'm looking forward to the price.
The price?
Yeah, the price of it.
$6.99 a month, right?
Not bad. Not too
bad
shabby.
At all. Or you could also do like I think like 70 something a year.
Yes. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. And there's also a lot of other things.
Well, 70 a year is the same as if you just bought it by month.
Well, I think it's
no, it's not.
It's like $2. It's like here it is. It's it will cost
math is garbage.
$6.99 per month or $69.99 per year.
Okay.
So I think
you are saving some money. Okay.
Yeah, I think you're saving like a couple bucks.
2 months worth.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a lot of talk going on here. I had an article, T-Kettle, It was the most perfect article about Disney Plus. It laid out everything. It was perfect. It laid out all the new shows that were coming out and all the existing shows being added to it. And I can't find that article. That article has freaking disappeared. Dissipated. It has dissipated. So I'm just gonna try and freaking remember stuff. Apparently. So here's something crazy.
Yeah.
So since Disney owns the streaming service, Disney also owns like Star Wars and like Marvel and all these stuff. This is kind of interesting to me. After theatrical run, because they said they wanted to keep the movie experience alive. They love movie theaters, right?
Okay.
Here's the crazy part.
It's just going to go right to it?
It's going to go right to the streaming service.
Shit.
Right afterwards. So, like, people are saying, like, okay, physical media is, like, dead. And I'm like, that kind of makes me sad. Like, they'll probably still obviously release it on, like, Blu-ray and stuff. But that's crazy. Like, right after.
That tells me it'll be a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
The demand won't be as high.
But that's the thing, like, now that it goes on streaming, I mean, obviously we have the diehards like me and you, but, like, the layman people, I know people already who are like, oh, I'll just wait till it's on Netflix. And they have no guarantee it's even going to be on Netflix. And they just say it. They're like, oh, I'll just wait till it's on Netflix.
Because they don't care.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like I'm a little apprehensive about that, you know? Because I feel like people aren't just going to go to the theater anymore. They're going to be like, well, it's going to be on Disney Plus in, like, 3 months, so I might as well just wait.
Like, but you can't wait for, like, Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't wait for something like that. But you can't. But can you wait for, like, an Ant-Man and the Wasp?
That's a good question, you know? I think...
Oh, that's gonna... Oh, man.
I mean, I couldn't, obviously, because I'm that guy. But for the layman, yeah, they could probably wait. And that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really love the movie theater experience, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I just really want...
I feel that.
You know? Yeah, I feel you, bro.
Yeah.
But there's a couple other... I mean, I that's, like, the biggest announcement for me. I was like, whoa. Like, they're going straight from theater to stream. Like, this is insane. Wow. You know?
They hit you with the coming soon to DVD before they hit you with the coming soon to theaters.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's great. There's a couple other things that were announced. There's a What If animated series happening. Right? Okay. So, I don't know if you know the What If Marvel comics.
I don't.
Oh, you never heard of the What If comics? The What If comics are basically like, what if Peggy Carter became Captain America?
Oh, that
or
kind
like,
of thing.
Yeah, or like, what if Spider-Man was never bitten by the spider, you know?
Okay.
What if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four?
It's like Twilight Zone episodes.
Exactly. So they're doing a What If animated series on Disney Plus. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. There's also a couple things, like they're debuting their live-action Lady and the Tramp remake on Disney Plus.
Oh, wow.
So, okay.
Look at that.
Look at that. Also, now that they bought Fox, they own all the Star Wars. So now all the Star Wars films are going to be on Disney Plus now. They're going to be off of Netflix and Hulu. So...
Does this include, like, any previous works? Like, before they bought it or whatever? Like is episode 4
Oh, yeah. Episode 4, because they got Fox now.
All right, cool.
And Fox owned the distribution rights, so now they own 100% of Star Wars. So...
There's a lot of reasons to get this.
There really is. Here's what I'm wondering, though, because Marvel and Star Wars, whatever, there's some... they have some adult stuff, I would say. Especially if they bring in, like, the Marvel Netflix shows, which I don't know if they will. Probably won't. Maybe they'll leave it on Netflix. But do you think there's going to be some type of, like, separation between, like, you know, like between adult content and kids content? Because they kind of do that, like, on Hulu and Netflix. You know, they have, like, the kids section.
I don't know. Something tells me that they're not going to go too far into the adult section, like, or direction, I guess.
Right.
They'll probably stick to, like, a happy medium for both.
Right. And the crazy part is, too, though, is that Free Solo is also going on to Disney Plus because Disney owns National Geographic. So now all the National Geographic shows are also going to be on there, which is kind of a weird mix. Yeah. There's a lot of weird mix of things happening.
Didn't you, like, work on one of them? Was that for National Geographic?
Oh, for, like, what do you mean?
Didn't you work as, like, a camera guy for, like, one of those shows?
Yes, it was a Discovery Channel show.
Oh, okay.
I don't even want to talk about that. It was a fucking... horrible fucking...
Never mind.
It was so bad. Yeah, no.
You're recalling it like it's Vietnam.
Yeah, it's like getting war flashbacks here. Oh shit, dude. But yeah, I want to get this
Yeah.
I want to get it. I'm going to be real with you. At first, I was like, another streaming service? Come on.
Another one.
But then freaking Disney Plus
Put
came
your,
out.
like, monocle up.
Yeah, that's right. Streaming service from Disney? I don't think so. But then I was like, oh, okay. I like what I'm seeing here. So I like the what I'm seeing. I like how they're making original content. Okay, you know, like the DC streaming service?
It's garbage, right?
It's terrible because there's not enough content, and they're trying to make like content for it, like Titans and like Doom Patrol. And I hear Doom Patrol's okay, and it's like, but they're trying to force content for that streaming service just to build the streaming service up. Disney has so much content already, like hundreds of titles, and they're making freaking original content.
Yeah, more than DC because they have the big bucks.
They got that big bucks, baby, and they're making like, come on, dude, you got Jeremy Renner to be in a show. You got freaking Falcon and Winter Soldier.
He already expressed interest in being in a show like a long time ago.
That's true. That's true. And also Disney owns ABC, who owns Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I'm pretty sure Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will also be on there as well. So season 6 is coming out, and I can't freaking wait, baby.
Yeah.
And speaking of streaming services, you got something.
Just came out.
Mm-hmm.
The Criterion streaming service. It's got about 1,800 movies on there, and the design is very similar to Filmstruck, like almost identical.
Right.
We're not dealing with as many like Turner Classic Movies as we were before, but that's fine. They've set they shared like a link with me on an email of like all the distribution companies that are going to be a part of like putting out content on there, and so I think we're going to have a good mix. It's not just going to be like stuff that is just Criterion. It's going to be a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's got a lot of content, a lot of extras on a lot of movies. Like pretty much all the supplements that come with one of the Blu-rays for a Criterion is all on there.
Damn.
All the behind the scenes and everything.
Huh.
It's pretty good.
That sounds pretty.
And I think I got it for like 6 months free for being a part of Filmstruck or something like that. And they've sent me 5 classic movies for free, like Singing in the Rain, Casablanca, what was it? I can't think of it right now. King Kong was one of them. Yeah, they've sent me some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good to me.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you know.
Definitely recommend getting on that bandwagon.
Dude, it's like these streaming services, man. This is a weird time for like movie fans, like, because this is like a whole new realm. It's like, what is this?
And you got something for everybody.
You do.
You really do.
You do. So it's kind of like there's like a good and bad side to it. It's just like, what?
So much money, and you have to make so many decisions.
Yes, you do. Okay.
But you'll never run out of stuff to watch.
No.
Guaranteed.
No, that's very true. Still looking it up. Okay. Here's something else I wanted to say here.
Okay.
So, The Defenders are staying on Netflix.
Okay.
So I found like an article that's kind of similar, but not really. Disney owns Hulu now. Apparently, a good portion of Hulu.
What?
So the Marvel television shows that are on Hulu are also staying on Hulu, and they're actually developing new shows for Hulu, like animated shows and stuff, like Howard the Duck animated show.
What the fuck?
And Hit Monkey, which is hilarious.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a monkey who's a hitman.
I picked up on that. Hit Monkey.
Anyway, all the Pixar movies and all the original Disney classics are coming to the streaming service, Disney Plus. And all the original Star Wars movies are also coming to Streaming Plus. And here's the crazy part, because they just bought Fox. Guess who's coming to Disney Plus?
Who?
The Simpsons.
What?
So maybe there should be an adult version, because
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't realize this. This is crazy.
Dang, the Simpsons are going to Disney Plus. Wow. So yeah,
season 30.
Yeah, right. So interesting. Okay, that's pretty much
all we got for Disney Plus.
All we got. I mean, there's probably more, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I can't find my freaking article, which sucks balls. You find an article you like, save it, kids. That's the lesson.
Pin it.
Pin it.
Pin it until you're done with your podcast.
That's right.
Because we all know everyone's got a podcast these days.
That's very true. You know, I like to think we jumped on before the bandwagon, like right before, because the only like big podcaster when we started our podcast was like Joe Rogan. But ever since we started our podcast, there's been like hundreds of podcasts from people. Like, what is going on? They obviously all have much better equipment than us and don't know we exist. But it's like, wow, we picked... Did we pick the best or worst time to start a podcast? Probably the worst time to start.
Probably the worst time.
Yeah.
We should have started like 2 years ago.
Yeah, we should have. It came to me one night. I'm like, me and Tyler should do a podcast. Like, why don't we do a podcast? But,
yeah, it never occurred to me until you hit me up and I'm like, wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's the story of this podcast, guys. It's pretty movie quality romantic, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I texted up.
We were working on doing something before this. We
That's true.
were working on like screenplays and stuff like that.
That's true. And then it hit me. I was like, we should do a podcast. And I texted you up. I'm like, you want to do a podcast? You're like, sure.
Sure. That was it.
And that was it.
But
Yeah.
in my heart, I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, baby. All right.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
All right.
Da-na-na-na. 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 Da-na-na-na.
That's way better.
Yeah, right?
I love it.
So,
Remix.
Yeah, a remix.
Oh, that's hot.
That was hot. That was good. Addams Family is getting a new movie.
Yeah,
A new
I didn't know about that.
animated movie.
I did not know about that.
Yes.
Not a fan of the way they look.
Okay, here. Let me defend that though.
Okay.
I'll defend that though. I was not huge on the way they look either, right? I was like, I
was like, Wednesday looks like a bowling pin.
Yeah, it's insane, right? I was like, whoa, okay, they're like, I appreciate that they're trying to do something quirky, but they went too far with some of the designs. But here's what I found out. Those designs are based off of Charles Addams' original comic designs.
Really?
Yeah, because
of course it is.
You know, the Addams Family used to be. When I say comic, I don't mean like comic book. I mean like newspaper comic, like comic panels. Like they used to like Calvin and Hobbes type comic. Mm-hmm. And they basically ripped those designs straight out of the comic and made them 3D. So those are Charles Addams designs.
Yeah.
So I was like, I found a newfound respect for those designs. I'm like, okay, I can see why they did it.
I can see why they did it too. I'm not crazy about it.
Yeah?
I don't know.
It's just, do you like the Addams Family?
I can't really say that I'm a fan.
I like them. I like the movies. I like the Barry Sonnenfeld movies, actually.
I haven't really seen them, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like the second one more than the first one, personally.
Do you think, when they had a trailer for the first Addams Family movie that they established a plot? Because I really wasn't seeing any plot here.
No. This, the first movie... Well, obviously, there was a comic and then a TV show based off the comic strip, and then they made movies that were more based off the TV show. So, the first movie had a plot to it, but the plots are very kind of like thin and mundane sort of thing.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the point. Like, they are just kind of I don't want to say they're an everyday family. Like, they're a satire on the everyday family, you know? On, like, the Norman Rockwell type family dynamic, you know?
Okay.
So they're obviously a satire of that. And maybe they're just trying to do the same thing, you know? Where it's like, oh, let's just have them be creepy and quirky. The creepy and the kooky. Mysterious and spooky. I mean, you know, they're all together ooky, the Addams Family, so...
Okay, yeah, I know. I feel you. It's just like I was like, "What is this about?" I mean, they just move into a house, and it's like, hey, it's just.
I mean, it is like more like a teaser, but I get where you're coming from. I didn't really laugh at any of the jokes personally. I'm not against this film or anything like that. I do like the Addams Family, and I think animated is a cool way to
There's a big
do
cast of that too.
Yes, there is. Charlize Theron, Oscar Isaac. There's some good cast members here. Here's the original panels, by the way. See, like Wednesday and stuff.
Oh, okay, now I can see it.
So like
a lot better.
Yeah, so like they basically just took the original designs and made them 3D. And there's a couple cool visual cues. Like, did you notice that Wednesday's pigtails are nooses?
Yes, my brother pointed that out.
Yeah, like that's pretty cool. You know, maybe they're saving the best jokes for the for the movie.
Yeah, and we always complain about how there's always like really good jokes in a trailer, and then that's the best thing that you get through the movie. So
that's true. I
don't know.
I mean, I think animated is a cool like route to take with the Addams Family.
Yeah, I figured you were probably excited for this because it might have that like Hotel Transylvania vibe.
That's exactly the vibe I got, like a Gendy Tartakovsky kind of vibe. Yeah, that's exactly it. But it doesn't necessarily look that funny. But who knows? Maybe it'll be one of those films where you see the trailer and you're like, oh, this is much better.
Yeah.
And I do like.
I didn't even realize it was a teaser.
Oh, a teaser.
So I appreciate you informing me.
Yeah. So I think it's. I think it could be good. I think animated is a cool route to go with freaking Addams Family.
Yeah. I mean, maybe this could be my introduction to.
That's right.
To Addams.
Because now they can really like over exaggerate it and make it more like crazy. I'm trying to see here, like what studio, like what animation studio
is even doing it?
Is doing it. It's being released by United Artists. So like I think dude, like a lot of these are not very well known, like Nitrogen Studios.
Yeah.
And Cinesite.
So some indie.
Yeah. So I don't even know. Like what did Nitrogen Studios do?
Who knows?
Oh god.
Oh no.
Sausage Party.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I should probably not be yelling.
I know, right?
Everyone in this house had a late night last night.
It's all good. What'd you guys get, loot?
No, a friend from K-Zoo was in town.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
that's pretty
cool.
That's pretty sick. And then yeah. Okay, so the production company that did Sausage Party.
Oh boy.
Is
God help us all.
Help us all. But yeah. Anyway,
yeah, so you're keeping an open mind.
Keeping an open mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the Addams Family.
I'll try to do the same.
I like the Addams Family. It's not hurting anybody. All right, so let's talk. Remember how you said that, like, when you watched Toy Story 4 trailer, you said, like, tears?
Yeah.
Tears.
Really?
Yeah. For this new Lion King trailer? Dude, the score. I don't know if that score is from the original movie.
Yeah, it's like a remix of it. It's like a variation of it.
It's so good. It's so good, dude. This looks so good. It looks so good. What are you talking about, T-Kettle?
It made me want to watch the original.
Nah, dude. It looks so good. Look at
dude.
Look at the CG, bro. It looks so real.
It looks good.
It looks so good.
It does look good.
Even like little nuances and like little things are there. Like freaking Scar when his ear like twitches or whatever, like that thing that cats do and lions do. Like they kept that in there, dude. That attention to detail is insane.
Yeah.
It looks so original. I mean,
it's just like line by line. I felt like I was hearing the same movie.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. See, this is why I'm glad I don't have that attachment to like original Disney films because I don't know. I feel like it makes you more close-minded.
Line for line.
Line for line. Like we don't know if it's gonna be line for line though.
Even the never returned line. Like everything about this is like plot for plot, dialogue for dialogue.
What's the problem with that?
I don't know. I'm like, what am I gonna get? What am I gonna get?
What are you gonna get new? It looks real. That's what you're gonna get new.
I guess, but like I got that with the Jungle Book, and like if I get that with every other movie,
the Jungle Book was very different though. From
that's what I'm saying. Like it felt like a lot different. Like it took some liberties for sure.
Yeah.
That kind of panned out. I'm hoping that this one is a little bit more ambitious.
Yeah. It just looks so good, dude. Yeah. It looks so good. I'm telling you, the emotion of that trailer was so good, dude.
It looks so good.
That's all I get to say about it.
Pretty, dude.
It does look pretty.
No, you're right. No,
and the voice cast is great. I know people are fucking I was like, man, this trailer's amazing. I go to the comments and people are doing nothing but bitching about Scar's voice, and I'm like, oh my god.
Who's voicing Scar? Do you remember?
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Oh, okay.
And they're like bitching about Scar's voice, and I'm like, oh my gosh, fucking like let go of your '90s dick, like for real, like just chill.
I can't even remember who Scar was voiced by because like. The only villain I can really remember the voice of was James Wood as Hades.
As Hades?
Yeah.
What's his name? Jeremy Irons voiced the original Scar.
Oh, okay. All right, I see you.
Yeah. So, I think it looks great. A lot of people are saying it might be a shot-for-shot remake. Look, I don't care. It looks great. I'd rather watch live action films than animated films. You know that about me. And so just by virtue of seeing it in live action, you're seeing something new. And I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah. But I mean, like, if it was the tables were turned, I don't think I'd be in the same boat as you. Like, if let's say the Addams Family movie was a shot-for-shot remake of like the animated version is the shot-for-shot remake of the original.
Yeah.
Like, I would be like, yeah, that kind of sucks. Like, that's kind of stupid. But I don't know. It's not like I'm not trashing on this movie. Like, I do want to see it. Especially for the movie theater experience of this movie.
Yes.
I'd probably see it in IMAX.
Right.
I'm just like, I want something more, man.
But maybe there is something more. Maybe they're just trying to hit those nostalgia bones to get people into theaters, you know?
Right. And it's
and I hope there's
backfiring on my front, but, you know.
I just don't want any musicals. Is all I want.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, people can sing, like kind of like in the Jungle Book where they sort of, like, sing because they're just goofing around.
Yeah.
But
I like some of the musical numbers for, like, a lot of those movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like musicals, so there's that. But,
right.
What about Tarzan when they're destroying the camp?
I don't even remember that.
Dude,
Dude, see, I do not like musicals.
Like,
I'm gonna be
it's
real
so
with
good.
You. Like, especially animated musicals. Every time I watch an animated film and they start singing, I'm like, oh my god, like, stop. You know, like, I just don't like it.
Yeah.
A lot of times, too, it's because the type of music they do, which is like that Broadway operatic kind of music, I'm just not a huge fan of that genre.
That's kind of dead anyway.
You know?
I think kids just don't like that or don't, you know, it's not in.
Right. So a lot of those Disney classics kind of have that type of, you know, whatever. So.
Which tells me that those movies are going to die out.
Which is unfortunate. Like, it is unfortunate because I do appreciate those films and love those films, but I mean, I don't have like such an attachment to them as everyone else does, to where everyone just kind of has a huge chip on their shoulder about these remakes, and I'm like, I don't care. That, like, because I don't have that attachment, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe if I did have that attachment. Here, I got a question for you. What if this Lion King in like a parallel universe came out first, and then they made an animated version of this? What would you say about the animated version?
I would say the same thing I'm saying about the live action one.
All right, exactly. It's all about what you grow up with. You know, it's all about what you have that attachment to.
Okay, but it's not like that. I'm just talking about like if it was the same thing. I'm not saying. If it was the same thing, the same exact thing.
You mean like a Gus Van Sant Psycho sort of thing?
Yeah, except for that's bad.
Yes, that is bad.
Real bad.
That's a very bad remake. But I'm saying like
Gus Van Sant.
like shot for shot remake sort of thing.
I would not be cool with that.
Right.
Even if I didn't see the movie, like I think that's still lame.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. 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 But even, like, with your point with the Addams Family, like, if the animated movie came out first and then a live action, for some reason, I always think it's cool when people turn animated into live action, you know? I just think that's a cool thing. I'm like, it's cool that we can do that now, you know? Maybe because I'm a huge comic book guy, and, like, I love seeing things I see in print translated into real life, you know? To see something, like, brought to life, that amazes me. Something, like, tactile, you know? I'm like, wow. You know?
No, I do feel you.
Yeah, so that's always kind of made me more interested in, like, films, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Films like that, so.
My chair sucks. Sorry.
It's all good. I'm looking forward to it. This is on one of my most anticipated lists.
Okay.
For sure.
And I'll definitely see it.
All right. Sounds good.
I'm getting stuffy right now, and I don't like it.
Stuff.
You don't want to hear this, boys.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Cover
Oh,
your
wait,
ears.
wait. Oh, no, no!
Oh, yeah, that's better.
You know what I was going to do? Because I bought an air horn for my latest short film coming up.
Oh, no.
I was about to come in here and, like do a little joke. But then I started thinking, I'm like, you know what? People are probably sleeping. I don't want to do that.
People are probably sleeping. My roommate actually said, he was like, dude, get me up when you get to a certain point in your podcast so I can bust in there and give my 2 cents.
All right. I think I know what...
That's not happening, though.
Oh, it's not happening?
I'm not doing that.
Why you're not doing it?
I'm not doing that.
How come?
Because he's asleep. He drank last night.
Oh, okay. Did he say that when he was drunk?
I think he might have, actually.
Okay, then yeah, don't wake him up.
Don't wake him up.
All right, let's talk about Luc Besson's new film. Anna.
Yeah, no.
No.
I'm done with, like, action spy thrillers. I'm done with them. But,
Yeah.
I mean, the choreography seemed alright.
Yeah.
But I'm done with them. The exposition can just, it's a throwaway.
Luc Besson is very hit and miss for me. I don't know. Did you like Lucy? That movie Lucy?
Didn't see it. Didn't have any interest.
I saw it. Not in theaters. Saw it, like, at home.
Yeah.
And I thought some of the visuals were amazing. Like, really cool. And it was a really creatively filmed movie. But, dude, that movie was stupid, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. No,
in my personal opinion.
I didn't even see it.
Can I spoil the ending for you?
You can spoil the ending for them if you want.
Alright, I'm going to spoil the ending for you guys. So, spoiler warning for Lucy. You ready for this?
I don't think anybody's going to shit.
Yeah.
She becomes God?
No. Well, kind of. So what happened, you know, the Lucy, like, it's basically limitless. Like, there's a bunch of drugs that get into her system and it unlocks her brain's full potential of, like, 100%.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is, like, a myth anyway, so, I mean, that's just, you know, that's a whole other story. And so she basically has superpowers now because she unlocked her full, like, she can travel through time.
She can change reality.
She can change reality, you know. At the very, very end of the movie, she basically decides, you know what? I'm going to give up my life to help the humans that are here, to help humanity. So what she does is she turns her body into a giant supercomputer, right? That has all of life's answers on it. And then it just poops out a flash drive like this big.
Really?
Yeah. So the end, she becomes a flash drive with all of the universe's questions on it. So really all of humanity's knowledge, all of humanity's questions and answers are all on a flash drive that's this big.
That's hilarious. Please tell me somebody drops it at the end of the movie.
No.
That'd be funny.
It's
That'd
like,
be hilarious.
Is there a God? Well, let's plug in this flash drive. It's like, what's the meaning of life? Well, plug in this flash drive. It's so stupid. I'm like, what? Obviously, they don't say that. Like, it ends with them just, like, taking the flash drive out and then it cuts to black. But I'm like, really? All of life's answers are on a flash drive? Like, that's this big? That's so dumb. Like, how many gigs is that flash drive?
You mean how many? We don't even have a.
Do we have a computer that we can plug that flash drive into?
No, it does. Nothing's compatible.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Lucy. That would have been a fucking great ending. She puts it on a flash drive. They plug it in. It says not compatible.
Like update required or whatever. You
update.
click on it, and the computer just starts steaming.
Yeah, right, and just blows up. And they're like, and then just like,
oh, and then the flash drive gets caught in a fire. Like the building just starts on fire.
Right? Oh my god! And then it's just like Morgan Freeman and all the scientists are just sitting there in silence, like, well, that sucks.
Oh boy, really lean into it.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to Anna. Lucy.
I did like Leon the Professional though.
Leon,
but, I mean, that was
great.
a different time.
Yeah, Leon was great, and a lot of people. I haven't seen The Fifth Element like all the way through.
It's whatever.
It's whatever. I hear it developed more of a cult following later on.
Yeah.
And he's hit and miss. I mean, he's a talented dude. I'm not gonna say he's not, but this definitely seems very small scale for him. You know what this? I don't know. It's kind of giving me vibes of like Domino. You know, the new Brian De Palma movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's like not saying that Luc Besson is, you know, on the same level as De Palma. I mean, not a lot of people are on the same level as De Palma. He's one of the best filmmakers of all time. But I mean, Luc Besson's still pretty damn good. But I feel like I'm looking at this and I'm like, I think you're kind of above this, Luc Besson. Like, I feel like you can do better. You know?
I feel like he's already been here before.
Yes, exactly.
So like, why go back?
Do you think some directors just sort of, I don't want to say give up, but just kind of like, all right, let's make this movie, and like they don't really put their all into it? You know?
Maybe it's like when actors like pick a job and they just want the money.
Right. So
I completely get that.
Yeah, I don't know.
One for me, one for you.
Yeah, that's true. And there's not really much to say about this movie.
There's really not.
It could be good. I always have hope for films, but because you never know.
Yeah, I guess you
never know. I saw You're Next, and that movie looked garbage, and that movie has like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, and so I'm like, oh wow.
We can probably say the same thing about Happy Death Day to You.
Yeah, there you go.
Or just Happy Death Day.
Yeah, that movie looked terrible, and then it was like, oh wow, it's good. By the way, I hate You're Next. That was going to be my point. it's funny because I'm like, I saw that film, I saw the trailer, and I'm like, 14% Rotten Tomatoes most. Got a 90% Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, what? I gotta see this now. Like, wow, this is gonna be a surprise. I saw it with Brendan, actually, and we watched it, and we're like, that movie was horrible. Like, why?
That movie was horrible.
That movie was garbage. Like,
Garbage.
it was so bad and predictable.
Okay.
How come girls these days, they talk like they're having an orgasm?
I don't know if that's true anymore.
I don't get it.
I don't think that's true anymore. I think that's old.
Really? The vocal fry?
No, I think that's old.
Nah, dude, that's still around. The
Maybe
Kardashian
it's
talk?
like a California girl thing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I don't really pay attention to that shit, so.
I wonder what dudes sound like from California. Hi. How's it going?
Bro.
What's up, bro? What up, bro? You want to ski around here?
There's no difference whatsoever.
No, there isn't. All right. Moment of truth.
It's the big boy.
Ooh,
Everyone knew it was coming, except for the fact that I didn't even know this was coming.
I didn't know it was coming.
It just came out.
It came out of nowhere.
And now, why even put it out? Because now we gotta wait till Christmas.
Yeah. Well, here's the crazy part. By the way, keep this in mind. This is probably the only thing we're gonna clip from this episode. So let's get deep into this baby.
Okay, this is the one obviously that my roommate wanted to bust in.
Yeah,
Like,
I knew. What else would it be? Like freaking Addams Family? Like I love Addams Family, but I don't, you know.
Yeah, obviously.
Or it actually might be because he's a huge animation guy, so it might have been.
So Star Wars.
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
What the fuck could that mean?
Ooh. All right. First of all, what did you think of the trailer? Like just a teaser because it doesn't show much.
Personally, I actually did like this trailer.
Me too.
I did.
I
I
really
really
liked
liked the opening, and then I liked the sense of discovery that I think should be in all Star Wars, where they're traveling to new planets and stuff. They got a little bit of the old because they got Lando back in here.
That's true. Well, J.J. Abrams is back directing, and he kind of wants to pay tribute to those old and stuff.
Yeah.
This is good, dude. We could talk about this trailer for hours just because of all of the things attached to it. But so. All right, first thing out the gate, do you think they're retconning Last Jedi? Because it kind of seems like they're retconning parts of it. Because, the whole point of The Last Jedi was... And I like The Last Jedi. You know that.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate it, including Brian, Brian mentioned, who texted me last night at like 3 a.m. And we had a full discussion about the trailer. Civil discussion. And he was talking about how much he hated The Last Jedi. And... it does seem like they're retconning some stuff. Because the whole point of The Last Jedi was let the past die. Freaking Kylo Ren destroys his helmet. They wanted to go in a different direction.
Yeah.
This trailer, literally starts with Kylo Ren, rebuilding his helmet. So, it's kind of like a symbolic kind of gesture of, kind of maybe retconning some of The Last Jedi. So, what do you think?
I don't know. I really didn't I didn't really think all that much into, the retconning part, but I did feel like it was on the track more so
of
Force Awakens
yes,
than it was
100%,
Last Jedi.
100%. And it does, because, I love The Last Jedi. I kind of used to, when I saw it, I straight up thought Last Jedi was like a masterpiece for a while, because I'm like, this is a movie, it's great. But then after a while, people have kind of brought up some points to me, some very valid points. But I don't think Last Jedi is a bad film. I think Last Jedi just doesn't work in the grand scope of the other films. I think it's a very good solo film. But as a standalone film, it doesn't really, elevate the characters or develop the characters any further. It's very much like a filler episode, like a bottle episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so this movie has a huge task ahead of it. Because it has to kind of develop the characters further and kind of wrap up the whole storyline,
True.
So do you think that J.J. Abrams can do that when the whole middle chunk is cut out? Because obviously he had a plan. He had a plan that was ignored. Let's be real.
Okay, I'm not gonna answer that question until you answer this question.
All right, go ahead.
Do you think that he could do all of that while not feeling like Return of the Jedi? Like we're just repeating history?
It's a very difficult question, and I'll tell you why. It's because I love J.J. Abrams, but he's been heavily known to do very tribute-heavy films. Yeah. Not only is The Force Awakens basically a soft remake of A New Hope, but Into Darkness is basically a soft remake of Wrath of Khan.
Which he does flip character moments in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, at least that part, you got that part.
Yeah. But I feel like it would be hard. I feel like he's gonna go back to basics a little bit. I feel like he might do a Return of the Jedi type style,
especially
ending.
with the crowd, how they've been reacting.
Yes, dude. Like I said, remember this was on my honorable mentions list as one of my most anticipated films, and the reason it wasn't on my list is because of the fan reaction. I'm still not looking forward to that fan reaction, dude.
I feel you.
I'm so not looking forward to it. Even if this movie is great, people are still going to be pissed about it and still going to bitch about something, and I'm just not looking forward to that. The fandom really is getting to an insane level. Like, I've gone on huge rants about Star Wars fans and stuff. They put this movie on such an unreachable pedestal. They expect every movie to be like a life-changing experience, and that's just not the way it is. You know?
Yeah, especially when they're coming out every year. Like, it's not going to happen.
Did you hear, though, kind of side note, they released a statement. It is confirmed now. They're taking a hiatus after this film, Rise of Skywalker.
Good.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do it.
Good move.
Yeah, they're still going to do, like, the Disney Plus stuff, but for movies, they say they're taking a hiatus. So, yeah, I honestly think they shouldn't have done the format of saga, spin-off, you know?
Yeah, it's just too much.
It is too much. I feel like they should have just not done the spin-off movies and just done the straight saga, you know? Because then hype would have been built up, you know? So, going back to my question that you didn't answer, I can't remember what I asked you, but you said I'll answer.
Do you think he can do...
Oh, like wrap everything up and develop the characters and everything with that missing piece in the middle?
I think he can, but I do think it's gonna hit Return of the Jedi notes, because what I'm thinking is gonna happen is I think that it's gonna start off like a fight between Kylo and Rey, and then I think by the end of this movie, the laugh is gonna come into play, and then they're gonna have to join forces.
I think okay, but here's the thing. I don't know if this is confirmed or not because I don't want to be spoiled. The Emperor laughs at the end of this trailer, right?
Yes.
I don't think it's the Emperor.
I don't necessarily know if it is, but it is the same voice.
It sounds like the same voice.
It's the guy who played him is said to be in it.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, because I have a theory. The game theory.
Okay.
You know how Mark Hamill's actually... You know what's weird is how Mark Hamill kind of goes against The Last Jedi and stuff, saying it kind of ruined Luke Skywalker's, like, whatever. But Mark Hamill has been campaigning to turn Luke Skywalker evil for, like, forever. If you look at old interviews, he's like, I think he should have gone to the dark side. I think it would be a cool dynamic for him to go to the dark side and see what happens, blah, blah, blah. I think he might... What do you think? He might go to the dark side in this. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, if he's back as maybe a ghost, maybe he's resurrected. I don't know what they're going to do. But I kind of felt like that laugh was Luke Skywalker laughing. I don't know. That's just... that could be a crazy theory. But it kind of sounded like Mark Hamill to me. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. So
maybe the Skywalker thing has nothing to do with the family, because obviously you think, oh well, it's referring to Rey, but like maybe it's just like the idea of Skywalker.
Do you think Rey is a Skywalker? Because in The Last Jedi they said her parents were nobody.
Yeah. And
they kind of brought the idea, which I think is a cool idea, that anybody can be a Jedi. You know? But I think they're kind of again kind of retconning and kind of abandoning that sentiment now, where it's just kind of like, nope.
Yeah.
She is a Skywalker.
But that's what I was saying. Like, she is in a nobody, but like she's kind of taken the title of Skywalker.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, for sure. I mean, she is technically the Last Jedi, right? She has the texts, the books, and all that stuff. So,
yeah.
See, I like The Last Jedi. I think The Last Jedi explored things with the Force that we've never seen before. You know?
Yeah, a lot of it was like ideas that weren't in the movies, but like had been talked about in the books, which again, the books aren't canon anymore, which is another thing, because since we heard his laugh in the one of the books or whatever, like he cloned himself.
Right. And another one too.
Palpatine.
Yeah, and another one too is, Palpatine talked about Darth Plagueis and how he could live forever. He was immortal or whatever. A lot of books, extended universe novels, kind of have him being obsessed with immortality. So maybe he found a way to use the Force to his, benefit.
Yeah.
To make him immortal. Another theory is that my friend said, there's actually a book that says, you know how Jedi can become Force ghosts? Apparently Sith can also become Force ghosts. But it's different because when you become a Force ghost on the dark side of the Force, you become a ghost to only that location.
Which is why they're at the Death Star.
Yeah,
so
right.
He might not even be in it for that long.
Right. It might just be like he just appears.
It's a bait and switch.
Bait and switch. It would be cool to see him again though, and they are really paying tribute to the old with this trailer. You can tell that Rian Johnson was like, nope, out with the old, in with the new, and then J.J. Abrams was like, I mean, dude, freaking Kylo Ren's putting his helmet back together. Freaking the Death Star is in it again. Emperor Palpatine's laugh. The subtitle is The Rise of Skywalker.
But none of this is substantial, or like, because anything that they show in a trailer could just be like
that's true.
A moment. It could be, things could change by the end of the movie.
That's true. And I was talking to Brian about it, and I will say, although I do love The Last Jedi, I feel like their characters kind of plateaued. Like Rey was pretty developed. But Finn had like no development in that movie.
In which one?
Last Jedi. Like he didn't really get developed as a character.
And not as much as he could have.
And then Poe wasn't really developed either. He just kind of became like a brash, like, kind of leader or whatever. But I want to see more of their friendship. They were spread out the entire movie.
Yeah, no, I agree. Dude, I agree so hard.
Yeah, because they had such good chemistry.
They really did.
It didn't even hit me until like recently that in the end of The Last Jedi, Rey and Poe meet for the first time. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That didn't occur to me either until just now.
Yeah. It's weird, right? But it's true.
Yeah.
They're like, hey. And then there's kind of like a little smile exchange. Maybe they're going to get together. I don't know.
No, boy. Don't do that shit.
I was talking to Brian, too, and I was like, I thought it would have been cool to explore the dynamic of Kylo Ren becomes good again and Rey becomes evil. Because they kind of hinted at they were going to do that in The Last Jedi, but they didn't follow through with it.
I know. It was that middle ground. They were both at the middle ground where anything could happen. And then, I don't know. I kind of did enjoy that part. That's the parts that I did like about Last Jedi. I think there's some really good highs to that movie.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I like I said, I really enjoy that movie. I really like that movie. I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it is. And when I say everyone, I don't even mean everyone, because there's a lot of people that really like The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
So, it's so polarizing, that movie.
For sure.
It's crazy.
For sure. Oh, man.
But it's canon. You can't undo it.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this movie because I think it's bringing back the magic of Star Wars, but I don't know if I'm just so like on the fence if I think that they're going to do something bold with this.
Yeah.
Like they did with The Last Jedi. I think that because of like how the response to it, I think they're going to dial it back.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what I honestly don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they got so much to wrap up. They have to wrap up all this storyline with Kylo Ren and Rey and Poe and Finn, and then they have to wrap up the old storyline. They got to wrap up the whole like Resistance versus First Order storyline. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in this movie. So I hope J.J. Abrams can knock it out of the park,
But it felt the same way with Return of the Jedi. It felt like they had a lot to do, and they kind of made it just seem so simple.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's probably my least favorite of the entries, though.
The Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see why. That used to be my favorite, but looking at it through fresh eyes as like a movie fan and as more of a mature adult, I can definitely see the flaws of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it did feel a bit rushed.
A little bit. But there was still some really great moments in there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's a classic, I'm looking forward to it. What can I say? It's Star Wars, dude.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
There's no way I'm not seeing this.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
There's no way. There's no way I'm not seeing it day of. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
100%.
Get those tickets, baby.
Come on, kid. You know what's crazy? Here's a funny story. I don't know if this is true or not. This might not happen, but I might see Endgame at the same time as you now.
Really?
And then guess what? I'm going to see it again at midnight. I'm going to see it twice in one day, maybe. Babe, potentially.
How you going to do that?
Potentially. My friend David said he might have tickets, and he might not, because he is potentially going on a trip, so he might not be able to do it.
Well, it doesn't matter. Either way, I'm texting you as soon as it's over. Dude,
Don't even tell me if you liked it or not.
Just say,
like,
dude.
Dot, dot, dot.
Dot, dot, dot. That's literally it.
Yeah. So
I thought to myself, I was actually talking to somebody in the break room, and I'm like, dude, it'd be so funny because I'm gonna see it before him. If I just start texting him every single thing that happens,
oh,
I'm like, I wouldn't even finish typing the whole thing before he finishes the movie. Like he finished the movie because there's so much to type. There's gonna be so much happening.
3 hours, dude. Oh my gosh. You know what's crazy? I've been losing sleep over how excited I am to see that movie.
I feel that. I've been losing sleep, but not because of that.
No, but like I have that like feeling of like butterflies in my stomach. Like, oh my god, it's coming, baby, it's coming. Like
so
I can't
close.
wait. I can't
taste it.
wait.
You can almost
dude.
taste it.
I
can actually taste it a little bit. I've been seeing so much trailer stuff, and actually I watched that scene from the movie.
Really?
There's a scene that like dropped.
Oh no.
Like an actual scene from the beginning of the movie.
Don't tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you, but I watched it.
You watched it?
I'm like, wow, dude, I'm so close.
Damn, dude, it comes out. When is it? It comes out 25th, so it's coming up, man. Ooh, can't wait, dude. I'm just so.
Yep.
Oh, dude. I'm gonna cream my jeans.
So that's it for Star Wars, eh?
Yeah, that's how the clip ends.
The clip ends with
I'm gonna cream my jeans.
Yeah.
And then like that's when the clip ends.
Don't leave now. The movie's about to come on.
Excuse me.
Hey, theater. What do you do when you get stuck on a movie line with a guy like this behind you?
Wait a minute. Why can't I give my opinion? This is a free country.
Great.
And then we jump into free cities.
Free cities.
So you have two movies, and
I
one
got
of them
two movies.
is a movie that we watched together.
So
I also have one other movie.
So who wants to start?
Yeah, you go ahead. Start with your.
All right, I'll start with Swiss Army Man. I saw Swiss Army Man.
What'd you think?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, huh?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, huh?
Yeah. I know. How do you feel about this film?
I really like this movie. There's only one issue I have with the movie, and that's really the ending.
Okay, yeah.
I think the ending like took things too far.
Okay, so first of all, this is a film by Daniels, which is the most pretentious fucking name ever. Like, oh my god, they both have the same name, Daniel. Come on, Daniels. A film by Daniels.
I don't feel it, dude. I don't feel it at all.
I'm like, oh, bro, you don't feel that it's pretentious?
Nah, don't
really?
feel it at all.
Daniels?
Not a clue.
Their name is Daniels, dude. Come on.
It's not Sir Daniels. It's
oh
not...
god, Daniels. I'm like, bruh. What was I gonna say? I think it's a pretty good movie. I think it's an original concept. I think the movie is funny, and I think it's creative at parts. And it makes you feel for these characters. You know, there's a lot of really cool cinematography.
There's like montages that are like very movie magic.
Yes, and there's a lot of montages too. There's a lot of like, I don't know how to explain it. There's like a lot of speed ramping, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like it's part of their style where there's like a bunch of like they play with speed a lot, which if you've seen their short films, like I've seen their short films. They had a film called Interesting Ball, which was the most surreal and it was kind of stupid, but kind of like cool at the same time. Boy. It was weird.
So like this movie.
I feel that's what I'm saying. I feel like they carried some of that style over where I think they, and along with their movie, I feel like they think this movie is smarter than it really is.
No, I think this movie just has something to say. Like, it's a movie about being yourself.
Yeah.
And it's a movie about needing companionship.
Yeah, but there is like this kind of like they do go on like these long tangents where they like wax poetic about like, you know, philosophy and stuff, and they have like these long philosophical monologues about like life and stuff.
Okay,
and like,
but it also evens out with farting corpses.
Yeah.
So I think there's a good balance.
Yeah, but I feel like it was, I don't know, I feel like it was a little heavy-handed with some of the monologues and stuff like that. I feel like, especially toward the end, you know, I was like, let's wrap this up a little bit. Like, come on, you know. I was just like, okay. And then, yeah, at the ending, I was like, this just got kind of absurd. Like, not in like a good way as everything before it was. Like, absurd in like a funny, good way.
Yeah.
Where it made sense. Now I'm just like, this is
the
absurd.
ending went back on things that I think it was trying to say.
Yeah.
Which is what I didn't like about it.
Right. And it was weird how everyone was like, I don't know, it was weird how everyone was like, all of a sudden, like, they're just ignoring, and the cops just, like, let him go. like, you know, like, and everything, like, they just let him walk away, like, toward the dead body or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, a cop would not do that. A cop would, like, straight up hold that dude, like, they think he murdered somebody, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a movie that you're in it or you're not.
Right.
Like, I know there's a ton of people that, like, I follow from Florida. When I was over there, they were like, this movie, they gave this movie an F.
So is this movie, like, polarizing? Because for me, it wasn't polarizing. For me, it was just in the middle somewhere. Like, this movie was like...
No, it was for a lot of people, love it or hate it. Actually, Jake loves this movie. Uh-huh. He says this is one of the best movies of the year, and it's the most original film I've seen in a long time. Mm-hmm. And I didn't go that far, but I did really like it. I think it was almost close to breaking into my top 10 that year. Mm-hmm. Pretty close. I think it was like 15. Uh-huh. I haven't watched it since I saw it the one time, but I still really like it. I really like the concept and everything.
Yeah, the concept's great. But overall, like, I'm not getting what everyone else gets out of it. I don't think. I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's groundbreaking, really. I think the concept is really original, and the style is cool, but I don't know. I don't think I'd put this film on pedestal and praise it, you know, like, beyond belief. I would definitely give it, like, a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
You know?
I think this movie goes a little bit further for me, because it's, like, it turns something into, like, it's got nothing, really. There's, like, no resources here, and it just makes something, like, kind of magical. Like, I was really digging a lot of those montages, because you have this, like, very dull... kind of looking movie for the most part, and then when it comes to those montages, there's just such a brightness to it.
Oh, for sure.
And it made me feel warm inside.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some heartwarming moments. I love when they're in, like, that fake bus.
Yes,
that was great.
That's such a good scene.
That is such a good scene. I did laugh out loud with the whole cool walk. Like, you gotta walk up, and he's just like, that was, like, amazing.
Yeah,
that was funny. But yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I didn't love it, but
you
I liked it.
You kind of have to let it just into your heart. That's the only way I can say it.
No, I liked it. What can I say?
Yeah, no, that's a good score.
Yeah.
I like that score.
Yeah.
So, good.
Yeah, good. What movie did you see?
I actually told you about this the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot.
Yes.
It's, like, the newest Gus Van Sant film.
He's very hit and miss.
He's very hit or miss for me too.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like this movie. This movie was it's very, like, okay for people. I think it's got like a 6.6 on IMDb. I liked it a little bit more than those people. I think it can be, like, a little offensive at times. Like wow, like, he went there because he's a comic panelist, and he's not all there. He's going through, like, the 12-step program, and I think it follows that 12-step program really well, because he got into a car crash, and he can't walk anymore.
Right.
It's because he let somebody drive while drunk, and so therefore he's going through the 12-step program because he was also drunk. And Jonah Hill plays his like sponsor, and he's great in this movie. He actually at one point, like, starts, like, breaking down, and I'm like, holy shit, Jonah Hill, you got this too. But Joaquin Phoenix, like, really steals the show.
Right. As he always does.
I wouldn't even say he's the one who steals the show the most. The one who steals the show is Danny Elfman with this fucking score. Like, there could be moments where, like, it can kind of feel quirky, because that's what a lot of this movie is. It's like, it's quirky. Yeah. And he just creates emotion out of nowhere. I'm like, wow, like, I didn't expect to feel anything, but he gets me. I don't know what it is.
Right.
He's wonderful. And I think this movie tonally, it does, like, jump around a lot, and I think that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes I feel like this character is hard to, like, not always, like, kind of, I don't always understand where he's coming from. I mean, he's not, mentally, he's got some issues, but, like, at one point he's like, I'm trying to make a comic panel where I want to make a KKK member sympathetic. I'm like, oh, bro, dude, you can't do that shit.
Right.
So he's based on, like, a real person and everything like that. So, yeah, I think it was good. Yeah, for sure. I had no expectations, I guess, coming into this movie. I don't want to get into it too much more because I got things to do.
Okay, yeah.
Right. And 2, I don't have anything written down for it.
All right.
I've been slacking real bad this week.
It's all good, dude. So what was your rating then?
I would give this movie like a low to solid 7. I'm still stuck on that. I'll think about it when I officially write something, but it's somewhere around there.
All right then.
I did like it a lot more than I expected.
All right.
Yeah. Also, next week is gonna be a lot easier. Like next week going forward, because like I had to pick up a bunch of shifts this week, and it's just like really ruining my schedule for like writing shit.
I ran into your buddy. First of all, I called you that one day because I was looking everywhere for these can lights, and there was no workers around. I'm like, what the hell?
That's not surprising.
So I was like, am I gonna like find these? Am I gonna find somebody to ask them like anytime soon? So I figured, I'm like, you know what? I'll call Tyler. He probably knows where they are.
Yeah, I was there. I was just really busy.
Oh yeah. So I couldn't find anybody, and eventually I found Steve. And I was like, "Are you the Steve that Tyler and Colin talk about?"
The one with the
tattoos.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Probably," and I'm like, "Yeah, like they say you're cool."
He is cool.
Yeah.
He's so good.
And I'm like, "This has got to be the Steve."
Steve is like one of the nicest guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he's so ripped for like 65 years old.
Yeah,
he's cut, dude.
Dude, yeah. I was like, he does not. I'm pretty sure if he just shaved his mustache, so there's no gray, you wouldn't even be able to tell.
Yeah,
he's 65.
You really wouldn't.
Not at all.
Anyway, so yeah, sorry about the lackluster review on that.
It's all good. There's a couple lackluster reviews here, especially because some of these films we saw a while ago. Like this next film, I don't remember a lot about it, but
yeah, it doesn't seem like you cared enough to extract that much about it either.
No.
And that's we saw the remake of Suspiria.
I'll say this. I don't know how much you like it. I don't think you like it as much. But I will say I know I like this less than you, 100%.
I know 100% that's true as well.
Yes.
I definitely didn't like hate this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of look at this movie as like another Hereditary. It's like a very slow burn movie that doesn't pay off.
Slow is an understatement, dude. It's 2.5 hours, first of all, which is a travesty
for a horror film.
For a slow burn horror film, no, don't do that. I really enjoy Dario Argento's original Suspiria.
Yeah, me too.
I enjoy the vibrance, the color, the style. It's great. None of that is here. It's dull. It's boring, and it's lifeless. It's soulless.
Yes, that's what they tried to do. They intentionally tried to make it that way. These muted colors.
Yeah. For
the sake of like thematic purposes, but like. You know what? You got to give me something to look at least if I'm gonna sit through this bullshit.
Right. The cinematography, it has a style, and it's weird because it takes place in the 70s, just like the original, and it's shot like it's in the 70s, but they choose to again have these muted colors and just kind of this. The cinematography has a style, but it's a bland style. You know, does that make sense?
It's for me. I think it's kind of there. It's kind of there, and it's kind of isn't there. It's it kind of picks and chooses. Like sometimes we were like, "Oh, that's a cool split diopter shot" or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
It kind of just shows up, and it does kind of feel like when it is there, it does kind of feel like a Dario Argento style. It's kind of kinetic, but like most of the time, it's just potential energy that doesn't do anything.
100%. It keeps some of the spirit of the original, but very, very little. Because I really like the original because the original had momentum to it. This doesn't have much of any momentum. Yeah. And sorry, go ahead. Were you going to say?
You were going to because we were talking about it when we were watching it. It opens with a very strong introduction. It's like, hey, this is
the original.
This is what you're in for.
Yes.
And this movie doesn't really have anything.
Nothing like that. Yeah, the original starts with a bang. Like, oh shit! Like this is what you're in for. Like you said, and it's frantic. It's scary. It's gory, and it's like crazy. And you kind of like you want to connect the dots afterwards.
Yeah, there's questions you have.
There's questions you have, and it kind of that makes you more interested in the film because you want to answer those questions. It gives you those questions, so you answer them throughout the film. This film doesn't do that. You know, it just kind of goes the traditional route of having like a beginning, middle, and end, and it's it didn't pay off for me like at all.
Yeah, you at one point were just like, what is happening? And I'm trying to figure it out. And like I think I was on the track for like some things, but like I thinking about the big picture of this movie, there's like really no theme here.
Right.
But they make a theme out of like the secondary character. And it doesn't really match up to what they're doing in the the main story.
There's a flip-flop of like who you're following through the film. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of whack.
Yeah, there's a part, and it was kind of funny because I was trying to like follow it too and figure everything out, but then there was just a part I was sitting there and I just started dying laughing, and I'm like, nah. All right, this movie has officially, to me, jumped the shark.
Yeah, and
it did for me, and I'm like, nope, I'm done. I checked out.
Yeah, and it was.
I have left this building.
I didn't mind the ending sequence as like a visual aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kind of liked it in a way. It almost looked like a silent film at one point in time, but like it's too short-lived to really feel like this was worth the wait. It wasn't worth the wait to me at all.
And there's also some really bad practical and visual effects. I'm sorry, but that makeup I thought looked horrible.
The makeup did look pretty bad.
And then the CG blood looked horrendous. And I was like, okay, like this is not good. I understand that you're dealing with a low budget here, but dude, yeah, that ending sequence I checked out and I was like, okay, I don't care anymore. Yeah. This is just stupid. Yeah. Like, I hate to use that word. I don't like to use words like boring or stupid because those are such broad terms, but I can't help but just say that ending sequence was just stupid to me. I was like, okay, this is stupid. Like, I can't fall into this path. You lost me, movie. You lost me.
Also, there's a shit. What was I gonna say? I already lost my train of thought.
Can I mention something?
Yeah, go for it.
There's a secondary character, the old man, who kind of has like this weird arc. And I wish they explored that a little more because that was probably the most interesting mark. And then at the very, very end, they treat him almost like he was the whole point of the movie, which is kind of confusing.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah. Where I was talking about that character.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about the other dancer.
We can actually. I want to bring something up to you after this. Like, help remind me, please.
For sure. But yeah, so you're watching like these characters just kind of come and go. You're not really connecting with any of them because the movie flip-flops all these main characters. Like, first you're following Susie, who is from the original movie. You know, that's the original main character. But then you're following Sarah, the secondary character from the original movie. She becomes the main character all of a sudden. And then this old guy becomes the main character all of a sudden. I'm like, what is happening? And then the movie ends with this old guy, and I'm like, but why, though?
But I think there's a reason for that.
I know there's like a bookend, but
I don't think it's a good reason. I don't think it's fully developed.
Right.
But what I was going to say was that there's like a big reveal in the first one. And I think that in this one they revealed it early on.
They did, yeah.
But there wasn't really a reason to.
You're right. You're 100% right. The final twist at the end of the first one is revealed like a third of the way in this one. And
then it doesn't really do that much with it. It does one thing with it, and like I'm like, man, this just made this movie way more confusing. Because if we like knew that early on in the original Suspiria and followed those characters, it would just be like, what the fuck is happening? Like right where this is where we are right now.
Yeah,
it's like we were trying to for a long time figure out like what they're talking about, and it's like. We don't know. We're just guessing.
Right.
And it doesn't mean anything. It's nothing that you can take from the film and be like, okay, I can apply this to like life.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. No, yeah, that was
but I did think more so than you, I think that there is a style here that does kind of work, and I think that's like for me the saving grace of the film.
Style is great, but you need substance. You know, if style was the only thing that mattered, then Sucker Punch would be a great movie. You know, because that has style, but there's no substance, and I kind of feel the same thing with this film. I don't think it has much substance.
I think, to a degree, I think a style can make a movie. Like, I think that's part of the reason why people like Barbarella, either that or the erotic aspect of it. But like that movie has like no plot whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's just naked chicks floating in space and like this really awesome like fantasy space world. Like, but there's really nothing there.
This is definitely a polarizing movie. 100%. 100%. I could definitely see why this is polarizing.
Yeah, there's some people that absolutely adore this film.
Yeah, there's some people who love it, and then some people who really hate it. And I am one of those guys, unfortunately. Yeah. I tried to give this movie the benefit of the doubt, and I tried to see the good in it, as I do with most films. But in the end, I didn't like how dull it was, how boring it was. It's way too long. The pacing was bad. I don't know who I'm following. They try to do something with the structure that's like fine, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Also, bad special effects and practical effects. And there's also a very ham-fisted anti-religion message that I didn't appreciate. It's fleeting, but it is there, and I don't like that. I gave this baby a 1.
Now, I'm sure this is a no-brainer, but this would have been on your top 5 worst movies of last year, right?
I can't remember my list. It probably would be, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say either that or
number 5. Your number 5 was Blockers. Don't tell me how I know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
What, is it worse than Blockers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
Well, hold on.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's worse than Blockers.
Hold the phone.
Well,
that's really sad.
Yeah, it's worse than Blockers.
That's actually really sad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
to me, some people might love this film.
For me, the movie's a 4.
Okay.
It would not have been on my
So
top
we're not
5.
far off. We're not.
It wouldn't have been on my top 5 though.
Mm-hmm.
Did you make a hot list? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make my own hot list. How does that feel, you little bitch?
So is this list time?
It's list time.
Oh boy. You're gonna, like I said before, you're gonna need.
I'm gonna be the hard carry.
You're gonna be the carry, dude. I'm sorry.
I was gonna save this list for Halloween for October, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it now.
Yeah, I thought it would be easier than it was. I actually even
I thought I would have
some of it at work.
Yeah, I thought I would have a lot more honorable mentions than I do, but I don't. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I have one. I'm not even gonna mention it because I know that you're gonna be talking about that person. So.
Maybe.
So,
all right,
you could just name your honorable mentions.
First honorable mention is David F. Sandberg. He's only done like 2 horror films, and he's done a lot of horror shorts. But I really like what he does with Lights Out and Annabelle Creation. You know why? Because he puts emphasis on character before the scares, so you actually care about the characters.
Okay.
And that's what I really like. Also, he has really kind of like... Lights Out is a little jump scary, but Annabelle Creation actually has some really kind of slow burn horror moments that I really appreciate.
Yeah. I should mention that there was one person that would have probably been on this list, but I wanted to at least watch one more movie. There could have been 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
Dario Argento.
Yeah.
I wanted to at least see something from him.
He's on my honorable mentions too, but again, because I've only seen like 1 film.
I've seen clips from like some of his other films, like Inferno, and like, wow, that shit looks real good.
Damn.
I can't wait to watch it. But like, and then the other one was Roman Polanski. I never got to watch Repulsion or The Tenet.
Yeah.
Which I wanted to watch before this.
Okay, cool.
So
my next one is George A. Romero. The dude invented the zombie genre. Come on. Night of the Living Dead, one of the most atmospheric, maybe it's just because it's black and white, but it's so atmospheric, it's so great, and it reminds me of Halloween every time, and I love it.
Yeah.
Next one's Dario Argento, like I said. Andy Muschietti. He directed Mama and also did It and It 2.
Okay.
I think I like his style, and I like what he does. Again, he puts emphasis on character and story over just jump scares. And if you notice, that's going to be a theme throughout all these picks, is because I like that.
That means more to you.
Yeah, and like you said, there's a lot of people on here like David Sandberg and Andy Muschietti who've only directed a couple films, and there's other people too. I can't necessarily put David Robert Meacham on here because yeah, he directed one of my favorite horror films, but that's the only horror film he's directed. There are some directors who have only done like 1 horror film, so I didn't want to count them.
Yeah, that's why I didn't include anybody that was like just one movie.
Exactly. So I chose people who are like primarily based in horror. And then my last 2 honorable mentions are Gray Areas, which is Guillermo del Toro and Alfred Hitchcock. Again,
yeah, I was gonna say that with Alfred Hitchcock too.
Like Alfred Hitchcock, he's more of like suspense thriller than he is kind of horror. Psycho's horror, but he's got Birds and Psycho, which is pretty horror. But you know, he's not necessarily a horror director. And same with Guillermo del Toro. He's got like some creepy imagery in like his films and like very like dark fairy tales. But he's done like Hellboy and stuff too, and Pacific Rim. So you know, and Shape of Water, which has some dark moments, but it's not a horror. Yeah, so that's my honorable mentions list.
All right. You mind if I just start?
Yeah, go ahead. Number 5.
Number 5. And I just lost it.
All right.
Oh, no! No, actually, where did it go? It just disappeared.
It go.
Let's pull it back up. Let's go.
It go. Reverse. Everybody clap your hands.
I'm not clapping, I'm snapping. Alright, number 5, James Whale. The Invisible Man, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, which I haven't seen yet, but it's I hear it's really good.
Nice.
These are very short movies, and out of all like the Universal monster movies, I think these are the best 2 that I've seen.
Okay.
I've seen these 2, Dracula, Wolfman, Phantom of the Opera. The Invisible Man has like really good special effects for its time.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't really hold up that well right now, but like additionally, like you have these movies that are like under an hour and a half, like 80 minutes and 70 minutes for Frankenstein, and they're very progressive. Like things happen very quickly to get the story out of the way.
Do you have these on like Blu-ray or something?
No, actually, I borrowed them from Brian.
Okay.
He has got the entire collection.
Yeah, that's why I need to get caught up on those babies.
They're pretty good. I just watched actually Frankenstein for this because I didn't borrow that from him. I watched it last night.
Mm-hmm.
It was very good. Really good. One of the best, I'd say, second best first impression I've seen of a monster, behind Alien, the first reveal.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good. His mannerisms, the makeup, his posture, just really good.
Right.
James Whale.
Nice. My number 5 is Sam Raimi.
All right.
The man, the myth, the legend, the man who's brought us Evil Dead.
Yes.
And he also produces a ton of horror films like Don't Breathe and The Grudge and all these films. Like he produced all these films, and that's great and all. But he's a maestro when it comes to things like goofy, kind of lighthearted horror, and I really like that. He likes to do the comedy kind of like absurdist horror, which is pretty cool, which is what I think was missing from like the remake, you know?
Yeah.
Because the remake kind of lacked that fun, and freaking Sam Raimi brings the fun to his horror. I've never seen Drag Me to Hell. I hear it's great. I've never seen it, but I have seen Evil Dead 2, and it was fantastic. So I gotta put him on my number 5, baby.
Yeah, Evil Dead 2 is so good.
So good.
I considered putting him on my list.
Mm-hmm.
My number 4 is Cronenberg. Because Cronenberg, like,
Master
I don't
of the
like
body horror.
I don't like it usually, but he kind of sells me on it. There's so much effort that goes into his movies and stuff like that, with like The Brood, the Fly, and actually The Fly is kind of interesting because they started out with the makeup. There's like 6 phases of his transformation. Yeah. They started out at phase number 6 and then started to slowly dismantle him, which was an interesting choice. That movie is really good. It's like it's his own like creation of Frankenstein. Yeah.
All right.
Pretty terrifying imagery.
Yeah. And he would have done Frankenstein too.
Yeah, he would have did it, but he's like, all right, let's just do this instead. Which is a very different imagining of the Vincent Price one.
Yeah.
Like completely different. Did you see that one?
Oh, The Fly?
Yeah.
Oh
boy.
I've seen clips. It's funny because like he's just a human man with like a giant fly head.
Yeah.
I remember my dad used to tell me a story when he saw that film. Like there was a fly in his house and he was like, "Get out of here!" You know, when he saw the fly. Yeah. He's like, "Help me!" Help.
Oh boy.
You know,
yeah.
Like in the movie.
What a crazy ending.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. You done?
Yeah.
Because my number 4 is Mike Flanagan. I've had a lot of differences with this guy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. And sometimes when I look at his Twitter, I definitely still have those differences. He annoys me sometimes on Twitter. But you know what? I can't deny the dude's talent. I always say that horror is drama that scares you, and I think nobody understands it better than Mike Flanagan. I've pretty much liked to loved all of the films he's done. There hasn't been like a bad one to me yet, including his TV series Haunting of Hill House, which I thought was groundbreaking for horror.
That was a great one.
Because it was so good. And I can't wait to see what he does with Dr. Sleep. You know, he's doing a sequel to The Shining right now. So, and I don't know if it's a sequel to Stanley Kubrick's Shining, or I think he might just ignore that and just do a sequel to the book.
Okay.
You know? I don't know what he's going to do, but early word at CinemaCon, actually, he revealed some of the footage, I think. Early word is that it's pretty good looking, like it looks good. And, yeah,
That's really exciting, actually.
Yes. I got into an argument with this guy, you know,
on
Twitter.
Was I there?
You were at Brian's, and I was talking to Brian about it.
Yes.
And, yeah, I got into an argument with him. Me and him had a heated back and forth, and that's a whole long story. I mean, I could get into it if you want, but it's like...
That's your call, man.
It's ridiculous. Point is, he was basically saying that people who say... like, this was after a mass shooting, and he was like, people who say thoughts and prayers to these people are stupid. And I'm like, okay, first of all, that's the most a lot of us can do, you know, is send them our thoughts and prayers. A lot of us don't have the money that you have to actually go out and do something more tactile. You know, what do you think is doing more? Saying thoughts and prayers to the families or sitting behind a keyboard yelling about it? You know, the only difference is that you actually have the money to go out and do something about it. I don't. So why are you pointing your finger at me and people like me and telling me I'm not doing enough? You know what I mean? Like, you're not doing enough. It's like, excuse me? It's like, I'm sorry. If I had the money that you had, I would be doing something more. But you're not doing anything. You're just sitting behind a computer. So why are you pointing a finger at me? You know what I mean? People like that just annoy me. I remember, this is a different story, but I said, you know, I won't even get into it. It's stupid. But point is, like... me and him got into a heated exchange, and it ended amicably. Like, he sent me a private message saying, like, hey, blah, 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 like, I can see from your Twitter feed that you're a nice guy and stuff like that, and it's like, blah, 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 and he's like, I hope one day, I see you want to be a filmmaker, I hope one day, if you get to where you want to be, you will use it to spread whatever message, you'll use that medium to spread whatever message you want to spread or whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, like, okay, it definitely won't be a message you like, but, you know... But I'll spread it.
Maybe he regretted it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe he did. The point is, I can't deny the dude's talent, and he's my number 4.
All right.
Talk about let bygones be bygones. This is the king of that. I'm putting the dude as my top 5 favorite. Like, he's my number 4 favorite horror director.
Yeah.
So.
My number 3 is Romero.
Nice.
I love pretty much almost every movie he's done. I think the only one I didn't really care for was like Land of the Dead, but like,
yeah,
like
was that the found footage
Dawn of
one?
the Dead. No, that's the one where they learn to like fire guns.
Oh, okay.
Like zombies know how to
That's
fucking
great.
fire guns.
Yeah.
Like Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, everything of the dead.
Of the Dead, yeah.
And then Creepshow.
Creepshow.
Creepshow's good too. I don't care what anybody says. I like Creepshow. So yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, he kind of invented zombies. He also changed a lot of the tropes to it too to keep things fresh. Like,
yeah,
it was always a changing landscape.
Yeah.
And then of course, you know, like makeup got better, effects got better. So like he was able to do more as time went on because he was so consistent with it for like long periods of time. But like his starting point was just so good. Like. The makeup was really good. The story was really good. He kept it fresh, even though it was like in an isolated area. Mm-hmm. He's amazing.
I have a story for you.
What's up?
2 stories actually. Did you know that because like he basically invented the zombie, they didn't actually call them zombies in the script. They called them like ghouls and stuff like that. It wasn't until later films where they called them zombies. Also, there's a wide debate over where zombies came from originally. You know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a lot of people point to George A. Romero and say, okay, he created it, which technically he kind of did. He definitely popularized it and stuff like that. But there's other sources saying that there are things that predate Night of the Living Dead that kind of have zombie-like qualities. And guess what it was? Guess what one of the ones is?
Which one?
The Smurfs. That's right. The Smurfs.
Like the blue people?
The blue people, yeah.
Why?
Because the Smurfs had a comic book before Night of the Living Dead, where a bee, like an infected bee, stung one of the Smurfs and turned the Smurfs black. So it was like a black Smurf, you know, like pitch black.
What the hell?
And then that black Smurf would go and, like, he would kind of be mindless and turn into like a monster, would go and bite other Smurfs and then turn those Smurfs into the same thing. Like this black kind of monster. And then for the animated version, because they had that TV show as well, they changed them to be purple. Probably because of race relations and stuff like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, but they changed them to be purple. So the black Smurfs. Or
what
purple
the
Smurfs.
Heck?
Were like the first zombies.
I can see where people would say that. It's a similarity.
Yeah, I mean, it came out before freaking, you know?
Night of the Living Dead.
It's kind of like Scrooge McDuck in Inception, you know?
Yeah.
You've heard that, right? how like a Scrooge McDuck storyline is like eerily similar to Inception.
Yeah, well, I actually never did hear that, but
yeah.
I can see where. Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah. So yeah.
Good stuff.
Yes. Where am I again? Am I number 3?
You're number 3.
John Carpenter.
Okay.
Number 3. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah.
They Live, which is more of a thriller, but whatever. They
That's
Live.
More of sci-fi comedy.
Whatever. The Thing. Halloween.
Yep.
Come on. Come on, dude.
John.
I mean, he's amazing. What can I say about John Carpenter that hasn't already been said? I mean, dude knows how to elongate tension and build up to some really good scares. That's the thing, man. He builds that tension like a rubber band that just keeps going and going and going until it breaks, you know? He's the master at that, you know?
He is.
Yes. What else you got to say? You probably got to say more. I'm tired as fuck, dude. You have no idea.
About John Carpenter? You might just hear some more later on. So
okay, well, that's my number 3.
That's your number 3? My number 2 is Wes Craven.
My number 2 is also Wes Craven.
Dude, Last House on the Left, Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Hills Have Eyes, like...
Yep.
I really like some of his stuff. I'm not crazy about Nightmare on Elm Street. It's actually probably my least favorite of like that stuff, but like...
Scream is great.
Yeah, Scream is great.
He rejuvenated horror with that movie. You know?
Yeah.
He definitely kind of went through a big downslide later in his career, but you can't deny the genius that was Wes Craven.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the dude revolutionized horror.
He definitely knew a lot about horror, too, and that's what he was displaying when he did Scream, but, like...
Absolutely.
Yeah, Last House on the Left is probably, like, one of the best, like, rape revenge films.
Yeah.
There's some really shitty ones out there.
Yes.
And
I haven't
distasteful ones, too.
I haven't seen a lot of Last House on the Left. I do know... I have seen clips, though, and a lot of people kind of... I don't want to say make fun of that movie because it is like a classic horror film, but a lot of people talk about the score for that movie because it's so not that movie, you know?
Yeah, no. You know, I feel that way about a lot of movies, though. You know what
That's
movie
true.
I really don't get? I don't get the score for it, and it's The Boy too, The Untouchables.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
So
I can even go one step further for you.
Oh boy.
Jaws. I love the theme. Like the main theme is great. You know, the dunna.
Yeah.
But everything else, like when they're like running away from the shark, and it's very like whimsical music, you know, from John Williams. Like it's very like whimsy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this seems the music kind of fits more to like a fun scene, not like the scary scene.
No, that's like if you're talking about like in the later portions of the film where they're actually like on the hunt for the shark. Like I feel like it works a little bit because it's kind of an adventurous theme.
Yeah, it's more adventurous, but I feel like maybe they should have gone not to rewrite Jaws, but maybe a little bit more horror. But overall, it's an adventure horror. What can you expect?
Yeah.
But it's great. But I love Jaws. That's a 5 out of 5 for me, baby.
Yeah, but
no, Wes Craven's
great.
He's great.
Yeah, he's great.
Mm-hmm.
And why does my thing keep... It literally just keeps deleting my podcast notes. I hate it.
Those bastards. All right, who's your number 1, B?
Well, I think it's John Carpenter.
John Carpenter. Okay.
Halloween, The Thing, The Fog, Christine. You know, you could have made a really shitty movie out of Christine, and you know, not everyone loves that movie. It's not great.
I love that movie.
I like the movie. But like you could have easily made it like Rubber.
John Carpenter.
Where it's just nonsensical.
Right.
But like he kind of made it like a slasher film out of a car, and it's kind of like slow. Like you know the scene where like the car is on fire and it's like after the guy. It's a very slow moving scene, but like the guy's running and it's just right on top of him. Like that's such a good scene.
Yeah, dude. And what was I gonna say? And you know, John Carpenter didn't even really like that film. He didn't even want to do it.
Really?
He just did it for a paycheck, he said.
Interesting.
And I'm like, damn, well, you freaking...
But it works for him because he's a very culty director and he likes that kind of B-movie side thing.
Yeah,
like,
you're
that's
right.
such a B-movie type thing, and he made it very serious.
And a lot of remakes tend to have sucked. The ones that, you know, that... The man perfected the remake with The Thing, first of all. And then any remake that has been made of his films has been garbage. Like the Fog remake. Ugh.
The Fog remake is with Tom
terrible.
Wellington.
Tom Wellington and like Kirk, right? Isn't Kirk in that too? From like what's his name? Or Dirk or whatever his name is from Scrubs.
Oh, was he? I just remember the girl from Lost was in it.
It was so bad, dude.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was so bad.
But like this movie was really good.
The Halloween
remake,
terrible.
I remember watching The Fog on like they had the AMC Friday movie, the Friday horror movies or whatever. Life changing for me when I was a kid. Life changing.
Yeah.
And I caught it, And I really liked that movie because it kind of played out like a campfire story, like the way they're explaining it and stuff like that. And like it's a kind of a slow building movie, but when it like unleashes like at the end, like it's nuts. It's
so good. I think it's better than The Mist, you know, which just kind of has like a similar-esque kind of.
Yeah, I always used to confuse the two.
Yeah,
you're talking about the new Mist?
Just The Mist in general.
Okay.
You know, so
the Frank Darabont one.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that movie a lot.
I'm not a huge fan.
Really?
Yeah.
I like it.
Thought it was pretty average. There's a lot of weird fading to black in like the middle of that film for like no reason. I'm like why? Like just don't do that. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot more about the film I won't talk about. There's a crazy religious lady, and I'm like, okay, here we go, Stephen King. Here we go again.
But yeah, I mean, I've already talked about the Thing a bunch. We talked about
Halloween's to death.
So,
what can we say?
John Carpenter, man.
John Carpenter, all right.
What's your number one? It's James Wan.
It is James Wan.
It's James Wan, and that was my honorable mention.
Okay, yeah. James Wan, he's fantastic. The dude got me into horror. So how can he not be my number one? I love telling the story of James Wan because the dude came out with Saw, and like the first Saw is very different than the rest. I've already said this, but the sequels turned Saw into what it was. And then James Wan saw that, and he's like, yeah, I basically ruined horror inadvertently. I need to bring this baby back to its roots. And he did that with Insidious, Insidious 2, The Conjuring 2. He produces films like Lights Out. Also, I really think Death Sentence is a really good film. I know Dead Silence has like... James Wan has disowned Dead Silence. And Dead Silence kind of has a cult
made
following.
That movie?
He did, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He said...
That fun.
Yeah, a lot of people... There's like a huge cult following for that film, but he came out and he's like, no. I hate that film. He openly mocks that film all the time.
I just really like the twist of that movie.
It's so ridiculous.
It's so funny to me.
It's so ridiculous. But the dude is fantastic, dude. Again, the Conjuring films, fantastic. Insidious. I love how he saw that Saw. Basically turned horror into like nothing but gore fetishizing. And he's like, I don't like that. That's not what horror's supposed to be. Horror's supposed to scare you, not just gross you out.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be substance here. He saw that, so what he did was he made a PG-13 horror film with no blood, little to no blood, and used nothing but strict atmosphere. And then he went back to 70s horror with The Conjuring and brought a lot of those techniques back to the forefront, back to the mainstream. And again, The Conjuring doesn't have that much blood either. The only time there's blood in the first Conjuring movie is when she like pukes it up on the sheet.
Yeah, I do.
That's the only drop of blood in that entire film. But that film is still rated R. There's no swearing in that film either. You know why it's rated R? Just because it's simply too scary. That's it. And that's amazing. You know? So, he knows what he's doing. And his style is so good. Love it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks
for. I knew you were gonna. I was like, there's really no point in me talking about it because I know that you're just gonna get
100%. 100%. You know what it is.
You know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
No, just kidding. Well, before we peace out, just give me 2 seconds because I'm going to look at my list of things that we can do.
Yeah.
For an episode or for a list, and I'm just gonna come up with one.
I actually have my list for next week.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna. This will be fun.
All right, good.
This will be fun. It'll be easy for me, too. The next one we're going to do top 5 comedies.
Top 5 comedies. All right.
I have some good ones.
I got some good ones, too.
You good?
I am good, baby. I am good. I got something for you. You know, we were talking about Night of the Living Dead, you know, George A. Romero, right? You know, you know what my favorite scene of that is? In the graveyard when he's like, they're coming to get you.
Sorry.
You missed it.
Sorry.
Sorry.